Right, all right. Ugh. Ugh. See if these two will hang out. Who's going to join us today? Good morning. Good morning. Trying to see if this cat and dog get along. Maybe not. Welcome, welcome. Come on in. How's everybody doing today? Good to see you. Good morning. Come on in. Come on in. Kona, 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 come. Come here. Welcome back, everybody. You guys want to meet my new doggy? This is Kona, the hound. Kona the wolf. Kona the magnificent. He's a good boy. Hello, Paul from the UK. Good afternoon to you there. Hello, Linda from San Diego. Pooch is cute, huh? Yeah, he's about 5.5 months old. So, don't really know how big he's going to get. He's a bit of a mutt. Hoping to get a DNA test on him and see what the heck's in there. We know there's a bit of lab, but don't know what else. Morning, Sandy. Thanks, Linda. He's a sweetie. He kind of gets along with the cat. Just waiting on more people. I guess if I don't post a link to this ahead of time, we don't get as many people. Hello, Nancy. Well, I guess it's up to you guys. What do you want to do today? Let me know. Got any pain points? Any stuff you want to work on? Oh, thanks, Paul. Yeah. I like accidentally went viral on TikTok yesterday. I posted a video that got like I think 140,000 views or something, which is like really unusual. All my other videos had like 200 views. So kind of weird. Morning, Nina. Morning, Takiri. Slow flow. No teacups. Unusual. People usually love the teacups. There you go. It's actually really funny. TikTok's kind of like Instagram, and I've been like working on my Instagram for 6 or 7 years or something, and I've only got like 1,700 followers there. But on TikTok, I posted one video yesterday that kind of blew up, and I have like 4,000 or 5,000 followers there like overnight. It's really weird. Anywho, find your spot. Let's get moving. Any movements for arthritic hips? Gotcha. Some neck and shoulders. Sounds good. All right. Find a little space. He is like my Idaho shirt. They love making things the shape of their state here. So they're a little bit obsessed with the shape of the state. So this is Idaho made out of pine trees, obviously. All right, let's get moving. Take the hands up. We're just going to start with a little chi scattering just to warm things up. So super simple. You're just dropping one hand behind your back, the other in front. I just want to just loosen up the shoulders and the waist. I have a little pulsing breath here. We inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale. It's a quick breath, and the exhale is out the mouth. You're kind of blowing it out. Nice and easy. In Qigong, we say, moving water never stagnates. So our Qi, like water, wants to move through the body, and the body moving really helps it to do that. Even often trapped emotions, things like that. You might notice moving the body really helps, even if it's not like fancy Qigong movements. Just going for a walk, hike, playing a sport, lifting weights, all those kinds of things can really help with your emotional state, kind of clearing out the cobwebs from your energy system, let's say. All right, that's good. Let's bring it back. Let's move down to the hips. You're going to stand on one leg, swing the other leg on a little diagonal. Just want to open that hip joint. You can kind of counter swing your arms, and of course, you can hold on to something. Any of our balance movements or postures, you can always hold on to a chair or a wall if you're having trouble. I don't know if flossing is still a thing, the dance move, but if it was, this would be very hip Qigong we're doing today. I don't know if anybody remembers flossing. Is that like an old thing now? Good. Bring it down. Switching sides. A diagonal swing, so you're coming across the center line, and then as you go back, you're going wide. And if you have less range of motion, that's fine. It's going to be like this. Totally good. Feels right for you. Good. Relax. Bring it to the center. Shake it out. Very nice. Let's keep opening through our joints. We're going to interlace the fingers. And here we're just going to open the wrist joint. So the hands are going to stay in one spot in space and just kind of squirm around there. Actually think of making a figure eight. If I made this movement bigger, it'd look like this, a figure eight that I'm leading with my thumbs. But I'm keeping things right locked in this spot. Just doing that figure eight right there. I just want to open the wrists. Then we're going to try to go the other way. So right now my thumbs are leading the figure eight, but I'm going to switch and try to lead with my pinkies. And we'll do a little stretch for the wrist. You're going to make a staircase, push into it to get a stretch on the top of the top wrist, bottom of the bottom wrist. And the other way. We're going to open the shoulders, keeping the fingers interlaced. Do a big circle with the elbows. Opening up the shoulders and also the waist a little bit here. Reach up with the elbow. Lengthen the waist as we come over the top. Moving water never stagnates, and the hinges of an active door never rust. And so we say in Qigong, at least. I'm sure there's all kinds of causes of arthritis and things like that besides lack of movement. For instance, the quality of water you drink. If it's full of iron and calcium and other mineral deposits, probably wouldn't be super great for your joints. But what we can do in Qigong is work that full range of motion with our philosophy of use it or lose it. Which is why we use so many circles and spirals in Qigong, because that's how many of our joints are shaped. So instead of moving in linear patterns, as much of sort of Western fitness tends to do, we move in circular and spiraling patterns to find the full range of motion of all of our joints. We're going to turn this into a stretch. Hands out to the side, spread the feathers. Palms are pressing, fingers are spread. You're going to lift your crown so the palms press down and the top of the head lifts. We're going to take the head over to one side, keep reaching through the crown. Give the head a nod over that shoulder slowly. A few times. You can use your breath, inhaling back, exhaling forward. Let's look for the stretch going down the side of the neck, into the shoulder, down the arm to the palm. Let's come across the other side. Inhale back, exhale forward. And release. Give it a shake. Very nice. Okay, let's get more into the lower body. You're going to step back with your right foot, left foot forward. We're going to do an exercise from Kung Fu called the Crescent Kicks. And this isn't really to get good at kicking people, but it is pretty good for your hips. But take it slow. It's also a bit of a balance exercise. So what we're going to do is stand on the left foot. The right foot's going to cut across the center, just like when we were doing this one, right? So it's going to stop here, do a big crescent, and land back. So it's like we do a semicircle. We cut straight across, and then the semicircle or crescent brings us back. So it's like we're trying to kick with the outside edge of the foot. You get Kung Fu about it, bring your hands up. And again, depending on your range of motion, this might be kind of low, like you're sweeping the leg. If you need more out of it, you can come up as high as you can. Okay, switch sides. First cutting across the center line, and over. It's like a karate chop with the edge of your foot. Always landing behind, so we kick off the back foot. Okay, see that. Very nice. Take your hands on the hips. Feet square. Give them a circle. And the other direction. Keep working into our joints. You're finding the twin dragons dancing. Kind of a really fun one, but you really want to be careful with your knees on this one. So all the movement and turning in this exercise is going to come from the hips mostly and not from your knees. Knees are a hinge joint. They don't want to twist. You can use the ball and socket of our hips. So here you can take your hands on the hips, shift your weight to the right foot. Let the hip turn around the hip joint without turning the knee. And then shift to the left foot. Let the hip turn around the hip joint without turning your knee or your thigh for that matter. So we shift, turn around the hip joint, shift, turn around the hip joint. Then you take your hands to the thighs to really check they're not spiraling outwards with the hip. You can even think about compensating a little bit, thinking of the thighs slightly spiraling in, that they really don't go out. And then you can think of that movement not coming, the spiraling inwards, not coming from the thigh, but actually from the foot on the floor, as though you're trying to turn the floor with your foot. Grab the floor. It's like you're turning the floor inwards as the hip turns out. This will keep the knee and the thigh spiraling inwards to protect against the outwards turn. Okay. So to get to the other side, we're not pulling ourselves with one foot, we're pushing with one foot. So I push off the foot here, then I grab with this foot and turn, and I push off that foot, and not until my weight's over do I grab and turn. If you try to do the grab and turn before your weight's over there, you wind up kind of torquing the knee. So you really want to wait until you've made the shift to do the turn. Okay, so that's our lower body motion. Bringing the upper body, taking the left palm face up. We call this the dragon dancing. So what we're going to do is curl the wrist, elbow, and shoulder until the hand is right in front of the chest. So we're still palm face up. And the arm goes under, the hand goes under the arm, out to the side, and then flips back to neutral. So we curl in, wrist, elbow, shoulder, under the arm, and flip. We do that with the lower body motion. So shifting, coiling, shifting, uncoiling. Shift, coil, shift, uncoil. Okay, let's go to the other side. Right palm face up. We coil in, shift the weight, turn around the hip, shift the weight, go out, turn around the hip as the palm flips. So we coil, turn, shift, flip. coil, turn, shift, flip. You can again feel the feet become active, pushing off one foot, grabbing and turning with the other. Pushing off one foot, grab and turn with the other. Nice one for all the joints, shoulder, wrist, hips. I'm going to bring both palms face up. Coil that right hand in again, shift and turn. And as the right hand goes out, the left hand comes in. We'll end up here, one palm out, one palm by the sternum. You keep kind of landing at this posture. But of course, we move through it. Twin Dragons Dancing. We see why it gets the name now. Don't try to turn further than your hips want to go. Everybody's got a little different range of motion in there. If your hips only turn a little bit, don't try to push further or you will wind up turning the knee instead. Makes a really good dance move if you ever run out of moves. Just do it a little quicker. Especially good at ecstatic dance where the whole point is to look really weird, I think. If you've never done ecstatic dance, I highly recommend. Swing this out for another stretch. Here, touch fingers and thumbs, curl it in, and then press out with the back of the hands. Lift through your crown. Take your head over to one side, and we're going to give it a slow nod over the shoulder. Stretching down the side of the neck and hopefully around the back of the arm towards the back of the hand. If you don't feel that stretch continuing down there, you could always change the angles, press out a little more. I might find that stretch. You just change it up a little bit. Let's come to the other side. Going back and forth. These stretches are so good for neck and shoulder pain. I used to wake up every morning with kinks in my neck and everything, and would be in pain most of the day. And these really seem to melt all that away, not necessarily after just one session, but after a few months of training a few times a week. And about the way we stretch in Qigong, maybe the movement and breath with it just really helps release the tension in the muscles. Bring it down, give it a shake. Nice, shake it all out. Good, good. Let's just do a quick stretch for our lower body. Taking the legs wide, we're just going to slide down. And we're going to find a moving stretch called opening the door of life. What we're going to do is bring both hands over to one leg, trying to keep a straight spine. So don't reach so far that you're rounding your back a lot. Stay up a little higher where you can keep the spine straight like this. Now keeping let's say the right hand on the left leg, you're going to lift the left hand towards the sky. Keeping again a straight spine as we twist. We don't want to twist around a rounded spine. We're going to come back to the center, reach for the other leg, and lift the right arm to the sky. Straight spine as we twist and flowing across. So it's a bit of a back strengthener by trying to keep our spine erect like that. Nice, strong, straight back. We twist around that central axis from the tailbone to the crown. You should be hopefully finding a stretch moving up the outside of the hamstrings. Bring it back to the center. Let's fold forward. Hold the stretch for a few breaths. Let your neck relax. Let your head hang. Now it's usually more okay if your back is a little rounded here. We're not adding the twist. Soften the knees, roll up. Bring it in. Check it out. Very good. All right, let's find a full body shake. Bouncing around a bit. Nice to let out some sighing breaths here to help release stress. So you can move this around a little bit, maybe sway left and right. Explore where in your body might be a little locked up. Help release those places. Go a little forwards and backwards. Back to the center. Pause with your body. Take a deep breath. Okay. Center the flow. Bring your feet under the shoulders. Start with a nice simple movement called Tai Chi Opening. Floating the hands up and down, about shoulder width, coming up to about shoulder height. You think of like standing a little taller as the hands come up, sinking a little lower as the hands come down. Use your breath as you do this, inhaling up, exhaling down. We're going to go at half the speed. So we're just going to inhale halfway up, exhale halfway up. Inhale halfway down, exhale halfway down. Hold inhale and exhale on the way up. Inhale, exhale on the way down. Maintaining a slow breath. Noticing how slowing things way down really gets our mind locked into the present moment. So present with the body as it moves slowly. Bringing the hands down, turn them towards each other. Just notice what you feel between the hands. We'll just pulse a little chi ball here. Exhaling as we condense it. Inhaling, imagine like the ball expands between the hands, pushing them apart. It's not a big deal if you don't feel anything, but just be curious. Sometimes it feels like there's magnets between the hands, pushing and pulling each other. Turn this into a big ball, about the size of the torso. So one hand at the lower torso, one hand at the upper. And it's just a little bit away from the body, so it's not against you. It's kind of out here. We're going to do a movement called the dragon plays with the chi ball. This one uses a hip motion similar to what we were doing. So let's just find that first. We shift our way to the right foot, turn around the right hip, shift our way to the left foot, turn around the left hip. The same motion we were doing in the twin dragons dancing. Do a little slower now. And then we're going to add the ball as we turn to the left. We're going to roll the ball. Sorry, roll the ball so the left hand's on top. Shift to the right. And as we turn around the hip, we roll the ball till the right hand's on top. So we shift left, then turn, roll the ball. Shift right, turn, roll the ball. Nice and slow. We'll add the breath, inhaling as we shift, exhaling as we turn. Inhale, shift. Exhale, turn. It's going to change. We're going to come back to the center. And it's going to kind of reverse a little bit, similar into a version of cloudy hands. So we're going to shift to the left, turn to the left. The left hand's going to go out and down, and the right hand's going to scoop up like you're being pulled up by strings at your fingertips. And you're going to lift the right elbow, turn the right palm down. Left hand scoops underneath, and we come through the center like we're holding a ball again. Turning to the right, right hand goes out and down, left hand scoops up. We lift the elbow, the palms hold the ball. We shift, and as we're turning, this hand exchange happens. As we're shifting, we're holding the ball. As we turn, the hands exchange. As we shift, hold the ball. A really slow breath on this one again. So here, inhaling through the center of the ball. Exhaling on the exchange. Inhale through the center. Exhale, exchange. Using the slowness of it all to ground the mind in the body. Back to the center. Condensing the ball down to the lower abdomen. Having the ball roll and right hand floating up. The palms away from each other. We call this separating heaven and earth. Drawing it back in. Roll the ball. Exhale as the hand goes up. We flip, touch the sky and earth. And inhale, bring it back in. Back to the dantian, a small ball, and hold the breath as we roll. Exhale, float up. Plug into earth and sky. Inhale, bring it back in. Hold the breath, roll the ball. Exhale. Inhale. Breath hold. Exhale. Inhale. Once more each side. Bring it down. We'll pull down the sky, just helping to sink the chi. Exhale as we draw down, scanning the body from head to toe. Hands guiding your awareness. Inhale, we float it back up, stand a little taller. And exhale, sink slightly as the mind scans the body head to toe. Bring the hands over the lower abdomen. Step the feet in close together. Like a pine tree swaying with the breeze. And let ourselves relax. Moving just by yielding. Close the eyes, breathe naturally. Just let the blood and energy move through you like a breeze through the branches of a pine tree. Natural breaths, just a few more. Watching your breath, watching your body, watching the energy unfold within you, totally of its own volition. Like the tree balanced between its roots deep in the earth, its branches extending to the sky. We feel balance between what we can change, the vision and ambition that we hold for our lives, represented by the sky, and the things that we have to accept, the unchanging, the immovable like the earth. Knowing that between those, we don't have to choose. We don't have to choose between acceptance and ambition. That they can both live in balance within us. They can move towards the future while staying rooted and content in the present. The Taoists illustrated this as though living in the present was like a circle, the yin, and moving towards the future was a straight line, the yang. When you put them together, get an upward spiral. That's what we try to create with our Qigong, instead of a downward spiral where we do a self-destructive action that leads to more and more of the same thing. We do an action that's very good for us, uplifts us, and helps us to make better decisions, and from there move in an upward spiral in our life. So let's seal that in, stepping out, circle the belly, a few deep breaths. Breathe through your lower abdomen. We anchor it all in here at the dantian, the space below the navel, your abdomen. Like many rivers flowing to a reservoir or a lake, our meridians help to bring the chi here to store like a battery or a reservoir of that vitality. We'll pause below the navel. Take a deep breath in. We're going to let it go with a big sigh, letting the chi spread. Feeling radiant, like that energy glowing off our skin, filling up the aura or whatever woo-woo stuff you believe in. You can give it a nice stretch. Make sure the energy can move through your body. Very nice. Good job, everybody. Thanks for joining me on the Sunday service live stream, as usual. Always fun to see you guys tune in here. Don't forget, if you enjoyed this class or any of my previous ones, you can find all the replays for the last almost year and a half now of live classes on my Patreon page, patreon.com/Nick Loffree. Link to that is right below in the description here. You can also take class with me Monday through Friday at the same time on viasession.com/Nick Loffree, where it's a little portal that gets you to my Zoom classes and everything. And your first class on there is free, so feel free to just pop on in and just try it out. Again, link to that is also in the description. That's the Via Session link. And you just choose the class you want to join, and it'll give you a Zoom link. Other than that, I'll also put something else in the description, did I? Oh yeah, I'm going to start my new teacher training program in the fall. It's not level 2. People keep asking for that, but I got to run the level 1 a few times, so I have enough people to market the level 2 to. So it's going to be another level 1 teacher training, Qigong teacher training, all online. So if anybody's interested, just get on my email list if you're interested, because I haven't put up the sales page yet, but that will be coming out in the next few days or something. So jump on my email list at nickloffree.com. A little pop-up comes up and asks if you want like a free video and to get on the mailing list, and you just stick your email in there, and that way you'll stay in tune. Paul says, training with White Tiger Qigong. I think I'll be coming to train with you next. Oh, sweet. I actually do teach their 5-animal Qigong Daoyin set. I don't know if they have more than one, but I teach one of the sets that they do. I think I trained with a teacher who went to the same school in Wudang that the White Tiger founder went to, and they teach that the dragon and the leopard. Really fun sets. So that's one of the sets in there, but there's like I think at least a dozen sets we teach in that program. Would be cool to have you, Paul. Yeah. Anyways, so I was saying at the beginning of class, I kind of went viral on TikTok by accident yesterday. I posted a video of just me doing Tai Chi next to a river, and you can kind of write things on the video on TikTok. So I was like, oh, I'll just tell my story of how I got into Qigong, and I didn't mean to make it super controversial, but I was just like telling like how I was psychotic and was on a bunch of medication that made me like super ill, and so I tried to figure out something I could do for myself, which turned out to be meditation, Qigong, nutrition, things like that, and managed to get off the medicine. And so 90% of people found it very inspiring, but 10% of people thought I was trying to say that everybody should just jump cold turkey off their psychiatric meds, which I can see why you might have interpreted that way, but was not what I was trying to say. So it was kind of funny. The comments were just this like battleground of like arguments over what I was trying to say. And apparently that's what makes things go viral, is just when you're controversial by accident. In my case, I'm actually like allergic to controversy. A bit of an earth type, so I like to play the middle ground. Like, oh, what's the nuanced thing? Well, a little bit of a negotiator. So I really needed my qigong today. But it was kind of wild. It got like 140,000 views, probably more by now. And I went from like 5 followers on TikTok to like 5,000, 4,000 or something, like overnight. So I guess I'm using TikTok now, which I'd been kind of holding out on because I was like, isn't Instagram the same thing? But anyways, really fun having you on. Fun seeing you. Follow me on TikTok if you like, if you got it. I don't recommend downloading it if you're not already addicted to it. I don't recommend downloading any of the social media platforms if you're not already on them. But if you do happen to be unfortunate enough to be on TikTok, you can follow me there, Nick of Chi with a QI. Link to that is also in the description, as well as all my social media. You can follow me everywhere: Facebook, Instagram, all that, with the links below. Paul says, your story is inspirational, many similarities with my own. I'll have to remember the controversial thing. Yeah, controversy really makes you famous, or viral. I've kind of known that for a long time, but my personality is so antsy about that stuff. I get like super anxious with like the angry comments and stuff, so I try to avoid it. But you can only avoid it so long if you're trying to get big on social media. So what are you gonna do? Thanks, Terry. Yeah, I mean, got to take the risk. I think 90% of people were super enthused about it and inspired. It's just so hard. I don't know about everybody else, but my mind just goes to like that. The negative comment is like, can't stop thinking about it. So I feel better after the qigong though. Really resets the system. Anyways, found you'll TY. I don't know what that is. Found you. Thank you. Okay. See you guys next week. Don't forget you can sign up for the thanks to everybody who's already signed up for the Patreon. Don't thank you guys enough, but you'll see this and all my other videos on there. Yeah, being controversial if you're vegan does come naturally, right? For sure. I was vegan for a little while. All right. See you guys next week. Same time every week. Ciao.